Today I bring you a story that's left a Wake County family devastated and demanding answers. Tuesday morning, a Wake County Sheriff's deputy arrived at a home on Lord Berkeley Road to serve a civil summons, not a warrant, and not a criminal matter.
A personal matter, nothing criminal.
No one was home. No threat. No emergency. Paige Briggs, the homeowner, was out of town. Her husband at work. Their 4 children were at school. But when the deputy knocked, the front door came unlatched. And instead of waiting outside or calling for backup, he decided to step in.
Hey, anybody home? Hello? Sheriff's office, anybody home? Wait, 564, open door at my call. No need for any additional at this time, I'll advise. Sheriff's office!
You can hear it on the Ring doorbell cam. The deputy announces his presence. Then, the sound of barking. Zelda, the family's Belgian Malinois, was inside confined to the kitchen, doing what dogs do best: alerting, barking, guarding her home. Moments later, gunfire. Zelda was shot and killed inside her own home. The family says she never attacked, that she was beside her bed, behind a gate, barking, but not lunging, that she gave plenty of warning, that the deputy was never in danger. Yet on the deputy's radio, you hear him call it in like a routine entry, saying no additional units were needed.
Wait, 564, open door at my call. No need for any additional at this time, I'll advise.
And after the shooting, you hear his version of events. That he thought there was a break-in. That the dog charged and bit him. That he didn't hear any barking before stepping inside.
Alright, so tell me what happened, buddy.
I got you. So I came up for a civil process. Initially knocked on the door. It was already propped. I bed the inner door. And out
This
door.
front door or side door?
That front door.
Okay.
And when I called out, nobody answered. Called out again, nobody answered. So I jumped on the radio, let them know I had an open door at my call, and there was some cats in there. So as soon as I came in, I shut the door behind me, the glass run, not the
main door.
not the main door. Called out. As I kept going through the house, I saw lights. None of the lights have been touched. They've all been either left on or how they were when I got. There were some doors that were already open, some of them were not. So initially I'm thinking stuff was kind of in weird areas. Uncamped to kind of made me think a break-in. When I was coming through this laundry room, I got to hear, and the dog was just on the other side of the island, and I started to back out. He came right at me, put my leg out like this. That's when he bit me, and I had to unfortunately shoot it.
Okay. Okay. And did you hear the dog at all when you came in? Did you hear it?
I did not.
It was bark?
Completely quiet. No barking.
Okay.
Now, when I got to the hallway, that's what made me notice him, was he did then bark. And so I started to back out, and that's when he came out.
He just came at you. Okay.
But the family and the video tell a different story. Now the Wake County Sheriff's Office is reviewing the incident. Sheriff Willie Rowe says they recognized the pain and that the case is under review. But for Paige Briggs and her family, that's not enough. Here's what she told reporters off camera.
Make sure he should not be allowed to carry a badge or a weapon.
A family dog shot dead in a house that wasn't under threat on a call that should have lasted 5 minutes. Yesterday, I spoke directly with a Wake County Sheriff's deputy about this incident. Here's how that conversation went.
Wake County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, ma'am. I just called for Sheriff Rowe. He wasn't there. Is there a deputy that's maybe available? I had some.
Let me get you communication, sir. Hold on, please.
All right.
Wake County Sheriff's Office.
Is this a?
How can I help you?
I'm doing all right. Is this are you a deputy, or are you with communications, or what?
Yeah, this is the 911 center.
This is the 911 center. Okay. Well, yeah, I was hoping I could speak to a deputy. I know how hard y'all's job is, and I just wanted to talk to a deputy about the protecting and serving. Y'all seem to be taking that very seriously, and just wanted to call and talk to.
Yeah, if you would like, I can get you to a deputy at the front desk.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second, sir.
All right.
Wake County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Lozada.
Deputy Lozada?
Yep.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Man, I just wanted to call up there. It's I know you guys have a hard job and all, and protecting and serving, that's I wanted to definitely call and about something that I had seen, and what would we do if we didn't have law enforcement officers that came to check on people and then opened up a front door when nobody came to the door, just to checking on those people, and then walked into the house and just took it on themselves. They thought that the dog was rabid, I guess, and fired multiple shots and killed the rabid dog. What would we do without law enforcement officers like that?
Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
I wanted to know is that the new norm over there in Wake County? Is to just walk into somebody's house and then lie about it. I mean, that's definitely a showing of integrity right there, like none other. To say that he didn't hear the dog, but the Ring doorbell clearly shows that. I'm sure you know which case I'm talking about.
I have heard about it, but it has nothing to do with me. I can give you the sheriff's office number, and maybe they can let you maybe point you in the direction of the policies.
Do you think that that's an acceptable policy for any department, regardless of the sheriff's department? Is that do you think that that's okay for? Would you want somebody walking into your house if you weren't there? Would you think that that's all right for somebody just because they're wearing a badge and a uniform to walk into your house, hearing your dog bark? What if it was your police dog? What if you went to the store and you didn't take your police dog with you, okay? And German Shepherd, and the dog's barking, and the officer comes in and murders your dog. I mean, is that acceptable in any situation?
Unfortunately, due to, like what you said, all the attention this story is getting, I can't answer that question for you, but I can give you a number to the sheriff's office, and maybe a supervisor there could give you better information than I can. Well,
I called the sheriff's department, and they were supposed to be transferring me to a deputy. But I mean, I guess this is kind of the problem, man. Is all right if we're not talking about that particular situation, if we're talking about a situation happening that's the same type of situation, okay? I'm asking you to think in hypotheticals and not that particular situation. I mean, is that okay? Like, you're a law enforcement officer, you're trained, but you're trained to... You're
someone who could answer those questions for you, and I can give you a number to the sheriff's office.
Right, but also you took an oath, correct? And so you should know, definitely right from wrong, because if this situation happens to you, You should know how to handle the situation. So, and this is the problem, man. This is where law enforcement earns the hate. Is they cannot actually say that something is wrong when something is clearly wrong, because they feel the need to back the wrongdoer because they wore a badge and a uniform, and that's not right. That's not okay. And it happens. It's not just on the local level. It happens on the federal level. And then people wonder why people hate cops the way that they do. But I mean, look, if you can't even identify something that's wrong, you swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, that would clearly fall into Fourth Amendment violations. I'm sure you've had training on that, about warrantless searches and seizures. And I'm just asking you, in any case, is that okay? Like, I'm not talking about, let's put that case to the side. I'm asking about, in any case, is that okay?
Yeah, I understand you want to be heard, and like I said, you can file a complaint with the sheriff's office, and that's the best way a citizen can have their voice heard. And I can give you their phone number.
Well, I mean, I have their phone number, and I called their phone number, and I was then transferred to you. Who are you with?
The Wake County Sheriff's Office.
You're with the Wake County Sheriff's Office?
Yeah.
So then I called the sheriff's office, and I'm talking to somebody at the sheriff's office. So
You're talking to someone not at the sheriff's office. I don't work at the sheriff's office.
But
the sheriff's office where they're going to be able to.
But you said you're a Wake County.
Right,
but you said you're a Wake County Sheriff's deputy, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you represent the department.
I represent the sheriff, but not the department.
Well, but the sheriff is over the department. You are a sheriff's deputy with the department. And so I'm asking you, deputy, this type of stuff kind of reminds me of the Nuremberg trials, when the Nazis were gassing the Jews, and they claimed whenever they were brought to accountability that they did it because they were following orders. And that's basically what this kind of, in a sense, comes down to is, it's passing the buck. It's not being willing to identify a problem that's a problem. And I got to tell you, at the end of the day, in the Nuremberg trials, the Nazis that played a part, that were complicit in everything, they were sentenced to death. Now, deputy, I know you're not a Nazi, are you?
Sir, I've given you the options you have, and right now you're preventing me from carrying my duties.
Well, are you a Nazi? Are you a Nazi? Can you answer? Are you a Nazi? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you a Nazi? We'll continue following this story and demanding accountability. Reporting on Wake County, North Carolina, I'm Don Matthews. We the People News.